Of all days to attend this session, today would be the day because we're going to open up your heart space. And as you guys know, anybody who's worked with me before in doing your inner work, you know that an open heart feels amazing.
So when life throws you lemons, yes, you make lemonade, but you also want to bite into that lemon and savor the sourness until it becomes sweetness and the nectar of life.
Yeah. So hopefully today, thank you, Anne. I really appreciate that. That was great. Hopefully today we're going to help you learn how to transmute that sour, bitter experience into something that is sweet and even savory.
I have kind of a question, which was just being self-reflective on my walk and checking in and learning, hopefully, and growing. The question that came up, or what rose up within me, was I'm the kind of person that opens their heart completely. I love everyone. I love the universe. My love is just genuine, strong, and I open myself up and I put it out there. But obviously, it's a lot more difficult when someone, what's the best way to put this? Breaks your heart in some form or another. Mm-hmm. And the tendency initially is to want to close it back up.
Yeah.
Right? And so that's why I jumped on today too. I thought, nope, keep it open.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Yeah, when we experience things like rejection or betrayal, those are really intense energies to feel. Right. In bodies. I think one of the first things that we go to is, who am I? Who am I? Where am I? Like you lose your footing. And I think that's the nature of what trauma does. When we go through trauma, it points us back to look at ourselves and go, oh my gosh, who am I then? If I'm not lovable, then it's not safe. Or if I am rejected by this person or that person, or they cannot open their heart to me, then there must be something wrong with me. And it immediately goes to the identity. And so when it goes to the identity level is what will heal it. The farther away from your authentic self you wander, and that's what trauma does, is it kind of has a tendency to push us away from our authentic self. But the farther away you wander from that, the more sick, depressed, lonely, sad, all of those hard things that we experience, the more you'll have that kind of experience, and it's okay. So buckle up today. We are at the top of the hour, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Welcome, everybody, to Great Life, Greater Impact. I'm so glad that you're here. It's nice to see your faces, and I really appreciate when you unmute your cameras so that I can see your faces. That really helps. It helps us to interact with you. Today, I have a wonderful, exciting treat. I have my friend Karla Sundwall, who is going to be on with us today, and she's going to walk us through a guided healing experience where we are going to learn one of the ways of how we can open up our heart center. And as you guys know, those of you who have traveled with me on this journey of healing before, for many years, we've done these classes for what? I want to say almost 7 years now. But if you've journeyed with me on these healing classes, you know that an open heart is definitely something that we should all seek to acquire. That there's no better feeling than to have an open heart. That's where bliss is. That's where transformation is. That's where healing lives. And when your heart is completely open, it allows you then to share the best part of yourself in your relationships with others. And not even the best part of yourself, but just to share your authentic self in your relationships. And that is a really, really good feeling to have that reciprocity there. So, and of course, we need an open heart in order to do that. So we're going to get to that in just a minute. As you also know, I do a live group healing session 1 hour after this class is over. It starts at noon Central, 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. And so if you're interested in going a little bit deeper, that's where we really get at it in a more individualized, in a more personal way. And today, what we're going to be doing is I'm going to teach you guys how to transmute your physical body symptoms. So if you have pains or problems or things that are actual physical challenges that you're working with, awesome. Bring that to the table. I'm going to teach you how to transmute that stuff way down to a DNA level. And it's a fun process that I don't know that I've taught really before in a group setting. So I'm excited to be able to get to share that with you guys. Okay. Today, before we get started, we are going to do some healing. I recommend that you find a nice, comfortable spot where you can relax, settle in, participate. I think that what we're going to do primarily is we're going to have someone who has volunteered already to be our participant, and Karla's going to guide her. It'll be Anne. Karla will guide Anne through a process that will help her to open up her heart space where Anne has been through biting into the bitter lemon. Hopefully, this process will help her to transmute that into something sweet and savory. Before we get started, I would love to help you guys get centered. I think that learning how to go within, learning how to access the inner parts of yourself and the more authentic parts of yourself is a vital tool for you to have if you're looking for healing, if you're looking for transmutation and ascension and really to grow as a human being on higher levels of authenticity. You got to learn how to tap in to your higher self. So let's do that. I want you to start with the breath. So we're going to slow the breathing way down. Take a few good, long, deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. I always forget this, but we forgot to start with prayer. If there's anybody on here who would like to volunteer really quickly, I'll give you 3 seconds. If not, then I will open us up with prayer, kick us off on the right foot. Okay. All right. It's me then. So today our prayer is going to be a meditation. So I want you to close your eyes. I want you to drop down deep into the center channel of your body. On the exhale, drop your shoulders down a little bit and relax deeply into the center column or the center channel of your body, going down deeper and deeper. See if you can fall down into your body by just drifting down, down, down. Just like if you were a grain of sand and I dropped you into a glass of water, I want you to feel that feeling of you sinking down to the base of that glass and breathe into it. Let's invite our muscles to just relax and soften and surrender to the process of you sinking deeper into your body. You're going to rest at the base of the spine on the pelvic floor. Notice that as your awareness goes down deeper and deeper into your body, notice how much more calm it feels inside. As you drop your shoulders down on the exhale, letting go of all that tension. See if you can let go of the muscles in your face and your eyeballs. See if you can soften the muscles in your shoulders. You can roll, stretch, whatever you got to do to open up some space there and soften that out a little bit. Keep breathing. The breath is really one of the key, most important parts is the breath. So follow the breath. Follow yourself down to the base of the spine with the breath. When you get to the base of the spine and you're resting on the pelvic floor, hopefully you've relaxed all the muscles in your shoulders and your back and your stomach. Go ahead and just breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Drop your attention, drop your awareness down, 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 resting on the pelvic floor. Notice how much more peaceful and calm you become the more that you drop down to the base of the spine, resting in your hips at the pelvic floor, breathing and softening into that space. If you're having a hard time focusing on the base of the spine, put an imaginary nose there and breathe into the base of your spine. On the exhale, it's all about releasing and letting go. So use that exhale to push your light out a little bit. Like, see if you can push your aura out in every direction, above, below, in front of, and behind you. Let's commit ourselves to taking up more space. Expand out from your center. Keep your awareness at the base of the spine, resting at the pelvic floor. If you can keep your awareness there the whole time while we're breathing and softening, that would be fantastic. It's going to really help you to connect to your higher self. Now, I want you to notice how much more calm you feel in there. The more that you release and let go, that inner environment starts to relax and soften and become a state of peacefulness rather than chaos. Use the breath to continue to empty out the body of any chaos. Okay. Just notice that good feeling that's happening inside of you right now that feels good and stable and peaceful and like home. That feeling is you. That feeling is your authentic self. And as I said earlier, the farther away you wander from your authentic, true self, the more you're going to feel chaos inside. And that chaos comes with biological consequences. It will make your body do things that are out of alignment with it and with you. So if you want the body to come back into wholeness, you have to create that environment inside of peace. So now today, because we're going to focus on the heart, I'm going to spend maybe just the next minute focusing on opening up the meridian channels of the heart space. One thing that you can do is just notice the palms of your hand, cup the palms of your hand, if you would, just gently, like, so if they're cupped like that, you're trapping air. There are about 4 meridian lines that come through the hands. And so the hands are connected, 4 that are connected to the heart. So your hands are connected in many ways to your heart. It's an external, you can tell what's going on in your heart based on what your hands want to do. They either want to hug somebody or they want to hit somebody. So the hands are an extension of the heart. So let's use our hands and put them into like a cupping shape. And we're going to clap 9 times in front of your heart, just to open up some space there, trigger the opening of the heart. So let's do 9. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Take a deep breath, drop down to the base of the spine. Now you're going to cup your hand again. We're going to do the clapping of the inner elbow. This is a meridian channel that's connected to your heart and it comes out through your hand. So let's cup it and then we're going to clap 9 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Do the other side. Ready? Cupping it. You're not slapping with an open hand. You're cupping so that it's trapping air in there and it's just activating the opening of that channel. So ready? Let's do 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so now the next space that we're going to do it to open up the heart center is you're going to take one arm and put it behind your head and open up the space of the armpit just underneath your arm, and you're going to cup your hand again. And we're going to do 9. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then trade sides. Cupping your hand. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Woo! Hopefully that opened you up a little bit. Shake your hands out. Drop them down by the sides and notice. Take a big deep breath in. Long, slow breath out. Drop your shoulders down. Put your awareness at the base of your spine. You should feel some tingling. You should feel more open. And lastly, we're just going to, you can either wrap your fingers around your thumb to create just a smooth space so that you're not hurting yourself. But we're going to just start tapping here above both sides of the heart, just tapping and opening some space. One directly over each breast. There's a tender spot right here, right below your collarbone, just right below the collarbone. There's a fleshy part right here, and it should feel tender. If it feels tender, you're doing it right. Just open up that space, breathe deeply into it, drop your awareness down to the base of the spine. All right. Now, let's just start by connecting to ourselves. So close your eyes, breathe deeply down to the base of the spine. The base of the spine is a connecting point to your higher self. So I want you to think about your higher self. Think about you. Think about what does it feel like to be you in your body. Just notice and recognize you. And then let's bring God into that space. Think about God, whatever that looks like for you. Think about God. Bring the essence of God into your body, connecting at the base of the spine with your higher self. Notice that they are one. Bringing the essence, the awareness, the presence, the mind, the consciousness of God down through your body, into your body, integrating with your higher self. Okay. I think we are ready to begin. So I'm going to turn the time to you, Karla. Let me go ahead and introduce you. This is my dear friend, Karla. I'm so glad that you're here. I had the opportunity of having a really powerful experience with you doing this process that you do called opening up the heart. And so I'm excited to turn some time over to you to let you teach, let you guide, and I hope that you guys have a healing experience as you do. All right, take it away.
Hi, so I'm Karla Sundwall. I've been mentored by Leah Chickley for doing heart-centered therapy, and it's all about opening the heart and being aware of just dropping into that space of love and light and connection within yourself. And so Anne has graciously volunteered today, but if everyone could follow along and participate, that would be great.
Did I volunteer?
Yeah.
So it might be me, Karla, but when you're communicating with me, if you could be a little closer or louder for me.
That
Oh,
better?
thank you.
So, are you ready to begin, Anne? So ask your mind what a flower is. What does your mind say a flower is?
A flower. Wow. Many things, but the very first thing is I almost feel like when I bring my awareness to my power center, that chakra, I feel like there's a flower that just opens up and blossoms and expands. That's the first thought that came to my mind.
Okay. So, and anyone else can participate in this part. So, your mind says a flower is waiting to blossom in the heart.
Yeah.
Anyone else get an essence of what a flower is in the mind? No?
Sure, I'll contribute.
Thank you.
As I I'm Sarah. As I thought about what a flower is, I thought delicate, it's giving, it's beautiful, it's celebrating the gifts,
Yeah.
the essence, I feel.
Yes. Celebration gifts. So that's the answer from the mind. So now, if we all take a moment and just bring our awareness down into our hearts, and let's ask our heart, what is a flower, heart? What does your heart say? Take all the time you need. Anyone get anything on what their heart says a flower is?
I got love. I think Anne's still having a hard time hearing you, and I'm having a hard time hearing you too. It's really soft and faint. But that's what I got was I tapped down into the heart. I felt a flower is just an expression of love.
So when you first asked,
If you drop into your heart,
yeah, immediately that's where I dropped down to.
so what does your heart say a flower is?
Beautiful. Uh, everyone loves and admires beautiful flowers. Uh, depth,
Deb?
because when I look at a flower, I don't just see the beautiful blossoms and the petals, but I also see the core, the center of it, where all the seeds are, where it begins to give life.
Yeah. So are you okay if I take a moment and I put energetic hands on your heart and hold your heart space?
Yes.
And let me know when you feel me. And let me know when you feel my touch there at your heart space.
Yes.
And does that feel nurturing and rich? Does it feel safe?
It feels nurturing. It feels what I saw, because I'm very visual, was a light, like a bright white light.
Yeah, so go ahead and just drop into your heart space into that bright white light. And as you're there in that bright white light in your heart, what do you notice?
That I am light.
Yeah,
That it's not just in my heart space. It fills all my cells, every single part of my being.
so be in that space of your heart and fill into it. And as you're there in that heart space, what wisdom does your heart want to share with you?
To just be authentic, be true, no matter what happens in life, to keep your heart open, keep loving unconditionally. That's what I truly feel.
Okay, so go into your heart and are you able to stay there in your heart space? And as you're there in the heart space and staying, what do you notice?
I notice an expansion.
Yeah. So just go ahead and close your eyes and rest into that place of staying in your heart. Feel that expansion. How does the heart feel to know that you're there with your heart?
Well, when you said that, I'm always going to go with the very first thing that comes into my awareness. I saw a bottle of champagne being popped open.
Okay. And that brings you joy.
Yes, because it's energy. It's just sparkling and energy.
Yeah. So as you're in that space and that sparkling and that energy, feel into that. What do you notice being in that space?
Well, it feels energetic, and it feels like that I can expand it as much as I want. I can contract it as much as I choose. So it's always about my choosing.
So what are you going to choose?
To just blast it wide open, like when you pop that bottle of champagne. Just blast it out there.
So go ahead and do that. And as you're there, what do you notice about the front of your heart? Can you feel into the front of your heart?
Asking to receive.
Okay, so go ahead and let the front of your heart receive that love. What about the back of your heart? Can the back of your heart receive that love?
That was a good question. I had to visualize and feel and make that happen. Because initially it was like I could receive it from the front, but not to the back. But now I can.
Okay, so now be in the back of your heart and receive that love. Really breathe into your heart, into the back. Really take a look around in there. Can you feel your heart from the back to the front and to the back again?
Yeah.
What about the sides? How do the sides of your heart feel?
That I'm aware of. I can feel that.
Good.
It was just the back I had a hard time with, but now it's good.
So really let yourself be in your heart, the front, the back, all of it.
Mm.
How does it feel to feel all of your heart?
There's a gentleness, but yet powerful at the same time. There's both.
Good. So be in there. Stay in your heart in that space. Feel that gentleness. Really open to that gentleness. Really open to the gentleness that the heart has. The front, the back. And as you feel it, and you're there in the heart, in the front and the back, and the heart is receiving this light, what emotion do you feel there?
Joy.
And how does it feel to feel that joy?
I want to dance.
So as you're in the heart, how does your mind feel to be introduced to the heart?
I feel more of a connection.
Good. So mind, ask the mind how the mind feels to feel the heart in that connection.
Yeah, the mind feels the same joy and the desire to just dance and sing.
So as the mind comes down into the heart and the heart into the mind, how does it feel to have that connection of joy between the two?
Sort of a wholeness, a completeness.
So feel into that completeness and that wholeness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I always say every day part of my mantras are I am one with all and I am all with one. And today I really felt that the oneness of everything, not just outside of me, but within me.
So feel that oneness within you, in your heart. And as you drop into that, what wisdom is there for you?
No matter what, to just keep my heart open.
So feel into that openness of the heart. Really feel the back of your heart and your spine.
Mm-hmm.
Feel your spine behind your heart. Yeah, really let yourself rest into the back of your heart by your spine. Really feel it. There you go, right there.
Mm-hmm. So
Just,
I've always felt openness in the front and the sides, top and below, but not so much in the back.
yeah, let's keep going into the back.
Mm-hmm.
The back of the heart is where we nurture ourselves. It's where we have our own supply
Right.
of nurturing and love.
I'm with you, and that's exactly what I'm kind of trying to open up to is the back of my heart. I've never really thought about the back side of my heart.
Yes, I know. Wow, thank you. I'm going there now.
Yeah, so just stay in the back of your heart for a moment and just feel back there. Do you get a sense of any shape or color?
It's like a, wow, there's different colors. There's like a beautiful green. There's also like a pinkish lavender color.
Is there a shape with that colors? What's the shape? What shape is it?
Ooh, it's just spiraling, like circles spiraling.
Can you give that spiraling shape eyes?
Can I give it a,
Can you give it eyes?
oh, yes, it
And
already had eyes.
what are the eyes saying to you when you look at them?
Well, what's coming up is looking at me, looking at myself, and therefore loving myself. And so when the two different colors came up, I was reminded that that pinkish lavender color is about universal love, which is easy for me, piece of cake to have that universal love. But when green shows up, it's about my own self-love and my own heart. So that's what I focused on.
Okay, so feel that. Look into those eyes again. And what do those eyes express to you when you look into them?
What do they say?
Yes, what do the eyes say when you look into them?
Well, the first thing that came up, wisdom.
So, what wisdom do those eyes want to say to you?
Just be in my wholeness in the world. Be in my wholeness in the world. Don't hold back.
So, be in your wholeness of you.
Mm-hmm.
So, feel that. So, as you're feeling this being in this wholeness of you, what do you feel?
I feel that within my whole body and even outside in my energy field.
So,
Yeah.
breathe into that.
It goes way out. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so breathe into that awareness of you. And as you're there and you're receiving this, what other information does it say? Your heart.
What is my heart saying?
Mm-hmm.
That I don't just feel love, I am love. Every single part of my being is love.
So be in that love. Stay in the heart space. Don't come back into the mind. Stay in the heart
Mm-hmm.
and be that love and deepen that connection with the heart. Really stay in your heart and really be that love that's there and let every cell in your body feel that. Just really let yourself rest in that place. Really feel it, Anne. Really rest into that place of feeling that love and that connection.
Yeah, it feels like a vast ocean. Beautiful.
Yeah, so really rest into that. Stay in your heart. Rest into that vast ocean. There you go. Yep, stay there. Don't move. Just stay with it. Rest into it. Breathe. Just let yourself rest there. Nope, stay. There you go. Just stay with there. Yeah. There you go. Keep staying there with it. And as you're resting into this ocean and this vastness, what do you feel?
So I think for the first time, because I don't recognize this feeling, I'm feeling an openness in my back, more of an awareness and an openness in my back.
Okay, so feel into that awareness of your back. Be in that vast ocean, and that awareness of you and the heart. Yeah, stay in your heart, stay in that awareness. Don't pop out back into your mind, stay in the heart.
I'm there.
Really expand that feeling of being in your heart. That all your information receive that you're in your heart. You are your heart space. And let that expand from your head to your toes. Really feel that safety of that ocean, that vastness, the joy of just being there. Resting into the back of the heart. And include the front of the heart. And bring on your arms, because you know your arms are an extension of your heart. So bring your awareness from your heart to your arms too, because it's an extension of your heart space. And what are you noticing about you now?
I'm feeling that wholeness of the heart. There's an excitement about the fact that, the awareness of the back, because it makes complete sense about the self-love. All of this was easy. But now I've opened this up to the self-love. When
Yeah.
you first had me go back there, the colors were amazing, but then it opened up almost like angel wings on my back. It just expanded.
Yeah, so feel into that expansion and those angel wings and that felt sense of you. Yeah. And from the back of the heart and feeling this openness and this connection, can you feel the front of your heart too, connected to the back?
Oh yeah,
So,
absolutely.
so breathe into that. How does the front of the heart feel to see the back of the heart?
Well, it feels like I keep going back to wholeness, connection, completeness. That's the feeling.
Good. So feel into that. How does the back of the heart know to or feel to be seen?
Well, I think this is my mind. It says it's about time.
No, that's probably your heart.
Just basically, it's about time, sister.
Yeah, so it's about time. It's beautiful. The back of the heart feels good to be seen.
Yeah.
So let your heart know, the back and the front, I see you. I love you.
Mm.
I accept you. I believe in you. I've always been here for you. How does your heart feel to be acknowledged?
Happy.
Is there any wisdom that the heart would like to offer your mind?
Well, it's almost like we've been trying to guide you to that awareness of self-love, but you've been so busy loving the rest of the world. And perhaps there was some sort of guilt, of having self-love. So it was much easier to move into loving the world, loving others. Yeah, that's kind of what's
So
coming.
how does it feel to know that you can have all that love that you have for others for yourself now?
Fabulous. Feels great.
Good. So breathe into that self-love for you, and really let yourself feel that self-love.
Mm.
You got as much as you could handle?
So I saw a big jar, like almost like an Egyptian jar, and it was just overflowing. It just kept being like overflowing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So it's like continuous. It's endless then. Yeah.
Yes. So really fill into that endless possibilities of loving yourself. And from that place of really deeply loving and accepting yourself, how does the mind feel knowing this?
Well, songs always pop into my head all day long. And the first one that popped in when you said that was, I love myself the way I am. And that's the first line of that song.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And how does it feel to be in your body now?
Mm. There's a lightness. I would have to say a lightness, sort of like shedding any heaviness.
Anything else you want to share or say?
No, I would just like to sing and dance, but I don't think it's a good idea for this session.
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
Please
L,
do. Please sing and dance. That would be amazing.
L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anyone that I adore. That's it. That's an old song.
That's all good. Does anyone have any thoughts or anything they want to share? Or
I'll share. Holy cow, that was an amazing experience. I think I experienced some things similar to you, Anne, in that I was really having a hard time drumming up awareness of the back part of my heart.
Right.
But once I was able to do that, and the fact that you said that was about self-love and self-care, I've known that about myself for a long time, that it's so easy for me to go out into the world and be open to everybody, but then I always forget to
Yeah.
come back home and be nurturing at home to myself. So that was a really powerful experience to
Yes. Yes. Thank you,
handle.
Carla. Isn't that interesting? We have walked this spiritual path and learned a lot and taught a lot, but that awareness of the back of the heart, I'd never considered, and it makes total sense.
Yeah. I was feeling some blockages. Like I was feeling a little bit of pain as I would go into that heart space. Like you kept saying, go in there and feel into that space. But I was having a hard time with some of the spaces. Like they felt, some parts of my heart felt a little darker than others, and I couldn't get access to them. And so the more that you worked through yours, and the more I was able to go down into those crevices and open those places up too, it just took a little extra time. But it was an interesting thing to notice that there were some dark spots that just really needed attention.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, those, it's not
Beautiful job. Thank you, Carla.
a beautiful space to come to be in your heart.
Yeah, it really is a beautiful space to come to, and to be able to open that up, not necessarily to open it up for the whole world, but to open it up for our own selves. I think there's a high level of freedom and autonomy and sovereignty and uh I mean, if we can't open ourselves up to self-love, then it's only to that degree that we're going to feel love coming in from anywhere else, even God.
Yeah, so if you drop into your heart, Janet, and you feel your heart, the front and the back, what
Mhm.
wisdom, if you just ask your mind to rest back and just let everything bubble up from the heart. No judgment, no nothing, just pure heart speaking. What does your heart want you to know?
Well, the first words that came in was just be. And then what my heart actually said was, you're enough. You are enough.
So feel that you are enough. And where do you feel that at in your body?
Right in the center of my heart.
Yeah. And as you're,
Yes.
huh?
It's what I'm seeing is that it's like this big ball of sun. Like I tell people, step into the sun. I can see that. It's just this big brilliant ball of light emanating out, and it's pushing out, and it's like it feels like it's filled up this whole entire room.
Yeah. So just be there in that space and let it hold you, knowing that you are enough. And as you're resting back into that space, knowing that you are enough, what's the felt sense?
Mhm. It's wholeness, it's completeness. It's I don't I don't have any needs. I don't have There is no threat. There's no lack. I'm just in a state of beingness.
Nice. So from that place of beingness, just rest into it. Really feel into that expansion of you and that space of your heart, knowing you enough. And just be there.
It's bliss.
Nice. And from that place, so are there any wisdom, words of wisdom that wants to be shared with everyone, with you?
Just be. Just be you.
And rest into that just being you.
Yeah, she says there is no seeking. There's no striving. It's just beingness.
Be in that beingness. And how does it feel to really rest back into that beingness?
Um, Open,
Good.
expansive, limitless, blissful. What comes to mind is the session that you and I did together where we healed the divine masculine and feminine, and they came together and made amends and fell in love with the man male aspect of me and the female woman aspect of me came together and fell in love and had this love affair with each other. And that's what it feels like is, when you first step into a relationship and the newness of it, because they're projecting these loving feelings and all this good feedback to you. It feels so good to be loved. That's what it feels like. Like falling in love with your inner self. That's the feeling.
Mhm. That's beautiful to fall in love with your inner self.
It really is. It really is. I don't need feedback from anyone else or anything else outside of me,
Yeah.
but it's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's profound. That is profound. I want to bring this back. Is there more? Did you have more?
But there's always more, but it's a good place to end on really
Yeah.
feeling that self-love and that inner space of really deeply feeling that connection of marriage, of loving you.
Yeah. I think that's a really good place to just kind of wrap things up. If anybody on here would like to volunteer to close us out with prayer, be thinking about that and let me know if that's what you want to do. But um, it brings me back to this place that we started with in the beginning of this session, which is the farther away from your true soul's self you wander. And the more you fall out of love with your true soul's self, the more sick, depressed, sad, hurt, lonely, fearful, angry, the more you're going to feel heavy energy in your body, in your inner environment. And you're responsible for that inner environment. And that inner environment is what's creating your outer environment and the environment of your physical body. Go ahead, Anne.
I just want to piggyback on what you said before, and that is, yes, it's beautiful. I feel that male, female, and that love for myself. But it is nice to have physical arms wrapped around you. I just had to say that.
Yeah, it is. It is. And I think as human beings, thanks for saying that, by the way. I think as human beings, we are hardwired
Yes.
to seek that. But the problem is if you're seeking that first before the foundation of self-love is built, you'll create attachments to that person and think that that person is there to provide you and gift you these feelings of love, self-love.
Yep.
And we create unhealthy attachments. And I've done it. I think the whole world has done it. It's what the world teaches is to do that. And so it's an amazing reminder to come back to the foundation of where love really emanates from, which is you. You cannot feel God's love until you love yourself. And to the degree that you love yourself is to the degree that you will attract other beings who can love you too in your external world. And I think that is a great place to end on. I think it affects our inner environment. It affects our physical body. It shapes our beliefs. And if our beliefs can be shaped more around that self-love and that you are everything you need, those beliefs will shape your environment and your experiences and then affirm your experiences. So if we can shape those beliefs back into a place of self-love, it's definitely going to change how our physical world manifests. Lisa says she would like to close us out with a prayer. Thank you so much for volunteering. Thank you guys, all of you, for being here. Thank you for participating. I really hope that you go back and watch the replay to this over and over and apply it to you and feel into that experience. Let your heart give you the wisdom that you're actually seeking from outside of you. All right, Lisa, go ahead. Take it away.
Hi. Thank you, Janet. I feel a prayer song coming on, and I'm super nervous because it's being recorded. But here we go. I'm going to try and hear the words and the notes from heaven. So bear with me.
Thank you for being vulnerable with this. Lisa and I both have been
very vulnerable.
learning to sing prayer, and it is next level praying. If you haven't practiced it or tried it before, I invite you to try it because it is
No
vulnerable.
pressure.
It is vulnerable, but it's beautiful, and it takes prayer to a whole nother level. So go for it.
Okay. Father, we're thankful this day. Father, we praise your name. Thank you for helping us open our hearts to you. Thank you for helping us open our minds to you, so we can unite in truth and light, so we can be part of this great life together. Father, help us seek truth in this world, in this great family. Father, we pray that we may be protected and we ask that thou would bestow thou spirit and light upon us this day in your will. Love you and one another. Father, please bless Janet in this class. Father, please bless everyone here that is listening to heal. We say these names in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen and amen, amen. Ooh. Okay, that's it.
Wow. Like my body's on fire. I could feel that all
Okay.
tingling through my whole system.
Yay.
Thank
Praise
you, Lisa.
God. Praise God. I heard that all from God. So there you have it. Any one of you can do it. It is possible. It's really crazy, but possible.
I'm with you, Lisa. There's nothing like frequency and vibration of sound. That's awesome.
Yeah, singing your intentions, singing your prayers, singing out and putting that out into the universe. It's a powerful way to make shifts in your body. I hope you guys feel the effects of this open-hearted session that we did today for many days to come. Come back and watch the replay over and over. And please share it with your friends. It'll post probably later tonight up on the YouTube channel. Thanks for being here. We'll see you guys over at greatlifegreaterimpact.com. You can get yourself registered. We're going to do a group healing session today where we're going to transmute symptoms. If you have symptoms or pain or problems with your body, we're going to transmute that stuff down to the DNA level. So join me over there and for another group healing session. Take care, everybody. Mwah. Bye.
Okay.
Hey guys, here's a couple of takeaways from today's healing session. I hope you got a lot out of it. Key takeaway number 1 is be centered. How do you be centered? Is by putting your attention and your awareness inside of your body, dropping it down to the base of the spine. The base of the spine is a connecting point to your higher self. And so you want to make sure that your awareness and your attention is inside your body. Go within. Key takeaway number 2 is try not to allow yourself to go up into your head too much. Don't overthink any of this. Try not to think too much about it, but try going into your body and becoming more self-aware about what you feel, where you feel it, feeling into the experience that's coming up for you. Learning to listen to the inner wisdom and the inner stillness of what your heart is trying to say to you and about you can only come when you go within and tap into that stillness that lives and breathes within you. That stillness that you're tapping into is you. It's your higher self. It's true, genuine, divine authenticity. So listen to the wisdom that stirs around in there. It actually doesn't stir. It's very still and present and with you. So learn to allow that stillness to meet you there. Key takeaway number 3 is let the experience unfold. Don't try to force a narrative onto it. Don't try to pull out things that you think you know. Try to just allow the experience to unfold organically the way that it does. Let the feelings come to the surface. Let the visuals come to the surface without any judgment on it whatsoever, without trying to push a narrative into it being whatever you think it's supposed to be. And also, as always, whenever you do your inner work or your inner healing work, have something there that can record your experience. Either record it on your phone or have a journal handy where you can write down some of the journal, some of the experiences that you maybe want to remember that you'll quickly forget once you get out of the healing. Those are my 3 key takeaways. I hope you had an enjoyable experience, and I hope you come back. Next week's going to be even better.
Maybe I should go put on a shirt of color, but it's okay.
It's all good. As long as you have a shirt, it's good.
You don't want me taking it off?
No. Let's keep it G-rated. Hi, Anne. Good morning. You're muted.
I'm never muted. So what are we doing? You know, whatever's going on in my life comes out, right? Always ends up, you know, sort of the words of wisdom. So this morning I went for a walk and I was like, I'm letting go. I said, when life serves you lemons, you bite into it. You savor the sourness until it becomes sweet.
No, it's all...
No, I think it's a come as you are kind of group.
That's right.
Yes, we can't miss this amazing class. It's a great place to start the day, right?